Yeah, so
SuperSport, they could.
Obviously, if you have any show ideas, they'll listen and you can
yeah,
propose some
try
good
to chip
show
in
ideas.
whenever I
Yeah.
can, and then travel as much into games, do SuperSport schools as well. So, speaking,
Bro, I
You
must
said
say,
you
right.
do Buck games there, so do you have an inside scoop on the Bucks behind the scenes
No,
after the
that I
matches there?
don't- that I
do you
don't
join
have.
the change rooms, or how does that?
No, I've
how
never
does that
been.
look for
You
you?
know, the ball games, I've never been into the change room. But just obviously, like my thing, I want to say, my favorite work perk is for certain ball games is being able to be sidelined.
Sure,
That's
sure.
the best.
That's
Like you
as
do
close as it
interviews
gets, yeah.
and some do interviews, and then just like you get in while the guys are warming up, and then you get in, and then I've been lucky enough to be like touchline when I think last year we played the All Blacks, or the year before 2022, being touchline, or like the haka was like seeing it from
Right in
from the
front of you.
sideline on the field, and then you like the anthem is like so. That's been the sort of the cool thing. I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
my favorite work perk. Is
I must say, it definitely, the haka definitely hit different now. You know, the Springboks are outside. I mean, we watched the rugby championship.
come on now.
Oh,
We
yeah.
watched the Springboks go on a run of their lives at the moment. Right now they're unstoppable. I don't know what's going
Incredible
on.
purple patch.
I watched if you tap into the Scrum at Me Instagram and the Scrum at Me TikTok page, there's a video of Adi Sevilla post-match interview. Oh no!
Was he getting emotional again?
It was.
I hope not. I hope not.
Again.
I saw that one. No.
He was pretty emotional.
I hope he wasn't, because we know that he's got a reputation.
I mean, the reporter was like, "So Adi, like, how was the game? The Springboks obviously, you know, they have a strong scrum. How was the game?" The guy started talking about, "Hey, I want to focus on the positives. I have a family."
Obviously, we feel the hurt tonight. Honestly, you know, it hurts, but I'm a bit of a optimistic fella. You know, my baby son turned 2 today, so even though I'm hurt, I'm still grateful for the little things in life. So I'll go home, see my family. I'm sure the most of the boys will do that. But when we come in, we're ready to work and really take the lessons instead of not talking about it. Hopefully, we action those things throughout the week. So go home, refresh, restart, see our families, and then come back together and first in a row.
We don't want to hear about your family, player.
We want to know what's going on in the field.
How was the game, player? How was the
No,
game?
you-
How were the tackles, nigga? Okay, nah.
You got to stick with the family. That's how the things are
you
roast
gotta
on, because
keep
guys always do
positive.
that.
Yeah,
it
the
makes
post-match interviews.
No, but the Springboks are definitely doing
Yeah.
extremely well. I was saying the other day, I think it's like it's part of their DNA at this point. If you travel to each country, you hear the conversations. People want to know, what is the secret? What is Rusty's secret? What is Siya's? What is the secret sauce that the Springboks are doing as well as they are? And I think the secret sauce is simple: work your ass off. Those guys work hard. Every single player in that squad works hard.
They work.
And they all work as a group together.
And for each other as
For
well.
each other.
Sure,
Yeah.
no,
So a
it's-
combination of factors that are hard to get, but they had them right now and it's working for them.
think of it, look at me. There's certain games they've won from nowhere. Like you look at the World Cup
Exactly.
last year,
Yeah.
the England game. Both games against the All Blacks, we were down, and you're thinking, especially like Ellis Park, you're thinking, oh, geez, where are the Bucks gonna find? And they find something.
They always find
They
a way.
always find something, and that's
Always.
so. That's the thing, is like it shows how healthy that change room is. And I mean, it's like it's. Do you know what it is? Like it's the belief now the Springboks have. It's in its wild. You can
Yes.
see it with fans. Like when you're at stadiums, and no matter how many points Springboks are down now, people always believe.
Exactly.
You always like, and you go to the point that when you lose, you get shocked. You go, how? Like we
shocked
lost,
when we
like
lose.
against Argentina, I was like, oh, what do you mean we just
But
lost?
Exactly.
I think it's
Yeah.
also
Like-
a part of their DNA now, Cooks,
Yeah.
where they always find a way.
Always find a way.
Usually, traditionally, when it gets to that 60 minutes mark and we're behind, some people start switching off the TVs and walking away. Nowadays, we know 60 minutes is fine. The bomb
Yeah.
squad is coming.
It's coming
We
on.
still have hope. We
Yeah.
still believe that
Which-
we'll find a way.
Think about a couple of
Exactly.
years ago. That's what the All Blacks were. That's what just fear us.
Exactly.
When we were like,
It's
we have a
crazy how
lead,
the roles
and then
are
the All
reversed.
Blacks like in 16 they'll blow you away. But now it's the Springboks now, because once that bomb squad comes on, and I think mentally it does affect you, because you're like, these guys are gonna come for 80 minutes, and it's just relentless.
It's just tough, bro.
It's relentless.
It's very, very tough. I mean, obviously, in the last episode 1, we spoke about the Wales game. You know, obviously, Is it Mark Williams, Matt Williams?
Matt Williams.
Matt
Are they
Williams.
still? Are they still complaining? I think
They're still complaining.
they're still
They wanna
complaining
change
about
the
the
laws now,
bomb
I saw
squad. Yeah,
The
they're saying they want
president,
to put
the
less
outgoing
subs.
president saying he wants to reduce the number
Yes.
of substitutions. I think is
Hey, if you can't beat
there's
them,
enough
you're
issues in
joining
rugby.
All you
Then
gotta do is just work hard, just train. Don't change anything.
but-
Don't change anything.
because my issue is this: like the Springboks are the ones taking the gamble here.
Exactly.
If you go 7-1-6-2, we're the ones taking the
the ones
gamble.
on the back foot.
Because if you lose a background player,
You're in a very
it's
tough
tough.
position. Yeah.
And it happened against Ireland in the second test where I think Willie got injured, got concussed early, and Sasha came on. And then I think we had another injury. Now you think, I think Grant went to
back-
play,
Someone else had to go
play on the
double
wing.
up.
So
Yeah.
now you're thinking, listen, that's the risk factor. So we're
100%.
taking the risk. But
Yeah.
the problem is they focus on
The winning result.
yeah, like, oh
instead
no,
of
like, but
the actual
they've
risk
got
that
all
we
these
take.
forwards and like the backs
Yeah.
feel discriminated. I'm like, you do it
The
then.
backs feel discriminated. That was the word choice.
Yeah.
That was the word choice.
That's a discriminated.
Oh my goodness! But then who are the standout performers? Like if we're looking at the championship, we're looking at the Springboks. Who are the standout performers? I mean, we saw Pelele Fassi. You know, he's tearing it
I
up.
saw
right now.
Apelele
Great,
Fassi.
yeah.
Folks,
Going crazy
Apelele
right
Fassi
now.
definitely boosted his stocks.
Yeah.
He's now in a lot of people are rating that he's the first choice. I feel sorry for guys like Kuhle because Kuhle is still in line to make 100 caps for the Springboks. But the
Williams
way
is back
Fassi is
as well.
playing, it will be hard to get him out of there. Williams is back, as you say, Cooks. It will be interesting to see a lot of headaches that Rassi will have to face with the full
Good
back.
headaches, huh?
Huh?
Good
It's good
headaches.
headaches to have. And what did you think, Cooks or Ibn Etzebeth's performance?
Yeah, he was great as always. He always, I mean, Ibn
It's
is
consistent, huh?
absolute. I mean, he's one of the, if not the greatest Springbok of all time.
We ran
but-
an interesting poll on the Scrum At Me page.
On the, yeah,
Other
exactly.
day.
On the Instagram Scrum at me
Tell
page.
us about
if
it,
you're not
Boots.
tap in, by the way. Chris, just letting people know. Scrum at me on Instagram. We actually ran a very, very funny, interesting poll. Argia Sneeman, because obviously he's been a stand-up performer
Yeah.
as well.
King
He said-
of offloads also, in
Exact-
his own right.
He actually made his debut for Leinster the other day.
Yeah.
Actually, he had a very, very phenomenal game. I'm a huge fan. So we said, who's better, Argia Sneeman or Ibn Etzebeth?
Ibn Etzebeth.
So you think Etzebeth is better?
Yeah.
So we were in the poll
It's
on the
tough
Scrum
one,
at
I
Me
mean,
page.
It's a close one.
That's
to
128,
and-
we're talking about 128 ball caps here.
Well, the fans, the streets. I don't know about you know about the cats, but the streets say Argia Sneeman by 60%, Ibn Etzebeth by 40%. The streets are liking Argia Sneeman at the moment.
I was
don't
quite
know if
shocked
it's
by
the
that
offload,
poll.
I don't
I
know
was
if it's
quite
the
shocked by
Portuguese
that.
rolls thing.
No,
streets
man,
are they
I think
loving
it's the offloads. We all love the flashy stuff, and if you see some of the offloads that he's getting away, at Leicester, I mean, he's almost like a second flyer for a second centre on the field. Those one-hand passes. I don't know if any of you guys saw his line-out take the other
Yeah.
day.
Oh, yes.
Just a quick one-hander, throw down. Yes, so I think
His
it's
skills
good
are-
to
his
watch.
skills- his skills
Good
are
to watch,
It's
ridiculous.
good to watch, and I guess our people on the Scrum At Me page,
They feel the same
they
thing.
feel the same.
What been the tanks?
Obviously, you're a lock. You know what I mean? So you played lock. You have,
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean-
a better perspective than, I mean, we props, you know what I mean?
No, man, I love them both.
Tight head, you know.
You love them both. I mean, you can play them both. I mean, it's just hard to go
Who you choosing for your
against.
team?
I always have to go to Ibn Etzebeth.
Yeah, Ben Ed.
Yeah, but he's just reliable, and you know he's
Come on,
going to get
oh.
the job done.
I mean,
You know what he
that's
can
back
offer
to back
there.
as a player of the year. I mean, you can't not go. You can't go not go with Ibn.
Okay, but obviously, Etzebeth is definitely one to go for. But when we talk about rugby, we also have to look at the teams that aren't doing so well. Obviously, the Boks are doing well. Ibn's doing well. Australia, not so well. This is the
Oh.
worst I've seen Australian rugby in my entire
Yes.
life, actually. I've never seen them do this badly. But I have an interesting theory. In Australia, Tishara, we know that they also have this rugby league.
The rugby
And
league
the
is
rug-
big
and
in
the
Australia,
rugby league
yes.
players get paid very good salaries.
And the stadiums are full every
Stadiums
week
are
for
full.
an average rugby league game.
So now
yeah,
their
so
pool of rugby players is potentially being diluted. It's being half there,
100%.
it's being half there. In South Africa
100%.
and other parts of the world, we only have rugby union. And from there, each country has a huge pool of talent to choose from. They choose the best guys equipped for the job. And I don't know. It just seems like it's working out better for everyone else. What do you think?
It's interesting. It's interesting to see what's happening with Australia because there's big concerns around the world now. I don't know if you heard, Cooks, even the Lions tour is in jeopardy. They were worried.
They tried to take it away from them.
Exactly. They were worried about if they'll be competitive enough. Should they go? Should they come to South Africa instead? What do you think of the lack of depth in that Australian squads now? I saw they released their squads yesterday, and I think it's a big problem that we're having with regards to that whole rugby championship, the strength of the tournament now with Australia struggling, New Zealand struggling. What do you think they can do to improve there?
Yeah, like I think Australia is an interesting one because obviously, like I know that rugby is at an all-time low at the moment. I mean, like obviously, what happened last year with Eddie Jones, that didn't help. The thing is that
everyone points the finger at Eddie.
He was down bad.
No, he was down. But the thing is, like when they had Dave Rennie, they were building something. He had a young side from when he took over.
Are they always building, Cooks? Every
year.
They're
building, and then they got to the World Cup and they fired Dave Rennie, and like everything that he did went on the when they were building, they beat the Springboks three times out of 4 under Dave Rennie. So Dave Rennie was beating the world champ to the stage.
Okay.
So he was doing something.
So
and then they fired him.
He was cooking.
So now basically what they've done is so they're building something now under Joe Schmidt. They've gone back to square one now. So they're like moving forward now. They're going back 10 places now. So the thing is like they have the talent, but for me, Australia, it's probably the worst where they've been up, but they're going to improve. And the thing is, like, it's going to be a 4-year project. They've got to make sure Joe Schmidt, who's an incredible coach, stays for the next 4 years because there is talent there. But it's just like now the problem is you're coming against the Springboks who are flying. All Blacks have got the issues, but they're at least ahead of where the Wallabies are.
Argentina's being better
Argentina's great.
They've like by 62
in the Northern
points
Hemisphere,
62 points.
Even Argentina's handing out shots to them.
Australia lost by 62 points to Argentina.
It's crazy.
That's never happened.
No, 100%. Now they're going to Europe now, where again all those sides have improved. Where Australia is a 8th, 9th ranked side at the moment now because.
But they should never be. It makes no sense, Cooks.
I can't see that.
Do you not think maybe they should start selecting their best players?
They're back now. They're back now.
Samuel Kerevi is playing.
Back. Skelton's got back now.
Skelton has to play. James O'Connor's leaving them.
They also stopped selecting the overseas-based players.
Yes, and I think it's really limiting them.
How are they going to compete? They have half their players lost to rugby league. They have half their players overseas.
Yeah.
Like how are they going to compete, bro?
No, they're back now.
That's
why I think they hate desperate times made their squad. They were like, Karevi back, Skelton's back. All the big Richie Arnold's back.
Skelton's a beast.
Rory Arnold.
He's massive.
He is on 4, but he's obviously playing for La Rochelle at the moment.
Yeah.
And they love him
every week.
He is, but besides him playing every week, he plays like a machine every week.
Oh yeah.
He is such a workhorse. Dirty work, big tackles, racks, ball carries. I don't know how much he weighs now. I remember at one point
he leaned out nicely.
Yeah, but he's a big guy, you know.
He's a massive
so
guy.
Those ball carries, you know.
He's an absolute beast. That guy. I mean, I don't know why they just never picked him. Like, so I'm glad
he needs to be playing 100 games for the Wallabies, and they need a proper fly off. I always think they need direction. They've moved away from their identity.
10 is a big one for them.
They don't have a through and through a fly off, a quality fly off. I mean, they let James O'Connor go to Crusaders now, and they're just not doing themselves any favors by not picking the
James
best.
O'Connor is ready to make a comeback.
No, I don't think he'll come back now.
You reckon?
They've got, the thing is now, they're in a situation like they've got to actually stick with. I mean, there's Tom Liner, one of the youngsters, I think, who are do right.
Yeah.
You got to throw someone in there. I mean, I know they got Lolesio back. I mean,
But what happened with Lolesio? He didn't really.
Unfortunately, he didn't live up to
the hype.
He has been great this year for the Wallabies he got back, and then Ben Donaldson also has been great. So it's a tough one because they need a 10. That's a good fly. Even getting Curry back, they need a 10. It's like desperately.
Springbok squad. The Springboks have just selected a new squad. Obviously for the November test. Yeah. What are the comments, guys? What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, I think UNCENSORED is about to be the most valuable lucid prop in the world. You know, obviously, he already is doing pretty well. He's in the squad. They're gonna play some more games, at some point, one of the French giants are gonna
Oh,
put their money where their mouth is.
I think the Sharks,
And
the
they're
Sharks,
priced by
the
the
Sharks
double.
need
Doubly
to
double.
extend that contract ASAP because I mean you can't let someone like that. I mean in France, I mean he would like he would fit in like a glove there.
Oh, they'd love
But
him.
I
They
think
would love him
the
because
Sharks will
he's a
definitely
very
make
good
sure.
player.
the Sharks will keep him. They'll do whatever they can to keep
Yeah.
him. But isn't it exciting, Cooks, when you know a scrum is coming? And you just watch. I always sit closer to the TV because I know that arm is coming. Penalty,
and
Springboks.
the way Ox is coming now,
Even
he's
at the
just-
Sharks. Even at the Sharks.
Sure, it is. Like, I feel bad for Tates at the moment. Like Ox is
He's
hurting.
proper.
Oh, but I remember when I think it was obviously the final when Carl Sinclair, because Carl Sinclair is a beast, you know.
Yeah.
He's one of the best
He's on
tactics
right,
out
yeah.
there right now. And when Ox did what he did to him, and like
And Semi, yeah.
you could see his
unbelievable.
ego. He mentally
the
he was
shock.
like, what else? What do I do? What do I do? There's like nothing else to do.
And then Coley came on after him.
Oh,
What
dusted.
Dan Cole
Got
came on
hurt.
afterwards, and it just go
Got
downhill from there.
hurt.
Coopy's Lupas, Dan Cole sliding backwards. Brought out the slippers,
Oh,
and it was just
man.
roller skates from there. But looking at the squad, Vooks, I think there was no real surprises. We were quite disappointed. I saw a lot of the fans were asking for these younger guys